This is James Anderson, mining reporter, reporting directly from the Mexican Mining International Convention in Acapulco, Mexico. Matthew, in case you don't know, at least 2 years ago, there were about 15,000 participants at this convention. This is a big thing. It's held every 2 years. This is the 34th annual, biannual. So whatever that is, 68 years worth, I guess. So yeah, it's a big deal. And in a minute, I'll take a little walk through the convention floor. All of your listeners, viewers can see the size and scope of the thing.
Well, James Anderson reporting from, very nice to have you. You are, of course, also representing Guanajuato Silver. So I appreciate you dialing in. I know it's kind of busy then, you've got lots of people to see, but we wanted to talk to you. So thanks for taking the call. But press release out, you've started processing some minerals. So it's exciting times. So why don't you give us a little update about what's happening with Guanajuato, where you're at with that, and then maybe if you'd like to take us for a little walk, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So again, just as an overview, Guanajuato Silver, we purchased the El Cubo mine and mill complex from Endeavour in April, and really, I think in record time, we've put that mine and processing facility back online, back in production. We've been mining their fresh material from El Cubo starting at the end of July. And just a couple of weeks ago, we announced that the mill was up and running. So we've been putting material through that. And I would expect, Matthew, that we'll be able to announce at some point in the next couple of weeks that we've sold our first concentrate. We've signed an agreement with a metals trading company called Ocean Partners from the UK to purchase our silver and gold concentrate. So we are in the mining business.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's good news. We've been following the story very closely, obviously. You're going to be producing concentrate. Any hiccups, any problems, any learnings?
The short answer is yes, of course. I mean, it's a big facility. When you bring something like that back online after being shut down for a couple of years, yes, there always are. I mean, just to give you a little bit of flavor of that, in Guanajuato at this time of year, it's just sort of the end of the rainy season, and you can get electrical storms. There was a huge electrical storm a few weeks ago, knocked out power to the south of town for about 4 days. So that's something that wasn't in the script, right? So we had to kind of move around that. When we fired everything up, some of the pumps that we had worked on and cleaned up and got ready, well, some of them failed. Right, so you got to stop and then start and stop and start. But really, for the type of operation that we've got, very few hiccups. The ramp up in terms of recoveries of silver and gold within the material that we're using is really good. I'll be able to give viewers within a news release in the next little while more details about that.
So that's on the recovery side. What about the ramp up and a little bit of guidance in terms of how much you're going to be able to produce and on a sustained basis?
Yeah, so I have to fall back again on our preliminary economic assessment numbers. What Bear suggests is that we can ramp up to 1.8 million ounces of silver equivalent production per year. It'll take us a few months to get up to that kind of ramp up level. But even that ramp up is happening faster and more smoothly than was in our own internal models. So I'm very happy about that. What it shows is that our team continues to be realistic and conservative in our internal numbers and our internal budgeting, our internal approach. That way, if we surprise to the upside a little bit, well, fantastic. And that seems to be where we're going right now.
And how's the operational team on the ground? Actually, we heard it from a CEO this week. He said, well, it was great until we had a huge swathe of people decide to go and emigrate to the US. There's a big opportunity to move a little bit north. So in terms of personnel, staff, supply chain, all of that kind of good stuff, which may affect you on the ground, how are you doing?
Of course, every CEO likes to brag about their excellent staff and their excellent team. The team that's come together at Guanajuato Silver is somewhat unique because of the extremely Mexican flavor to the operating team. Hernan Dorado, who's around the conference here somewhere, I know right now, he's a graduate of the University of Guanajuato, as is his father, Gerardo, who's a very important component part to us. Also joining us here at the convention is Ramon Davila, who's a giant in the Mexican mining industry and is on our board of directors. So all of that helps attract fantastic people to the team. Being in Guanajuato helps attract fantastic people to the team. That's pretty funny. So even as I'm standing here, okay.
Here he is.
There's Hernan Dorado right now.
Hey.
Yeah, this is my partner. This is our chief operating officer. This is Matthew Gordon. We're live on camera right now. Hernan, why don't you give Matthew and all of his viewers 60 seconds worth of how are things going in the plant, how are things going underground at El Cubo?
No, it's going perfect. Nice meeting you, by the way. And so far at this moment, our first shipment of concentrate is heading out from the mine right now. The underground mine is pushing right now the 600 to 700 tons a day. That is almost the final target, 750. The mill is already running 1,000 tons a day. That is the target that we were ambitioning since the beginning. And we achieved it like 2 weeks earlier than expected. So that is a good thing. And the teams are working pretty hard. And then we'll see try to find other kind of ore sources from other places as well, if possible. But we're getting there.
Fantastic. Is this guy giving you the money that you need to do what you want?
Yes. So far, I can't complain.
Can't complain. Well, fantastic. Look, I'm excited to meet you. So, and it sounds like good news there. You touched upon something there in terms of finding ore. James, what's happening with the exploration component?
We were talking a minute ago, Matthew, about things that can go wrong. We had a couple mechanical problems with the drilling at Pinguico. So that kind of slowed down things. Continued challenges with getting turnaround and assay turnaround. But we'll have some news on that. The drilling at Cubo, which is mostly infill drilling, but not entirely, that's going really well.
Yes.
And I think we'll be able to have some news that we can package for the audience here in the next few weeks as well.
Well, it'd actually be quite nice to do something like this. Actually, go out and actually take a look at the type of drills that you're using, and and the team, on site. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's right. While we've got Hernan here as well, why don't we just circle back to the question you asked me a minute ago? Because I think for your viewers, it's nice to be able to get it from two sources. The question in play, Hernan, was how are we doing in terms of attracting quality personnel to the team? Answer that any way you like.
No, it's pretty good. It's going pretty well. It's our intention is to have as much as Guanajuato as possible. Right now, it's in the company in Mexico, in the operation, 80% of the people is Guanajuato or Guanajuato roots, and 40% to 50% is now for the local team. And the University of Guanajuato is the biggest source of the staff employees that we have there. And truly, we're getting people that has been exposed not just to Mexican mining industry, also to international mining industries. And that is giving a lot of pepper and salt into the equation. So no, we're pretty happy. We're pretty happy because the results are showing right now that the quality of the people that we have is great, because we are getting earlier to the target than expected.
Okay, well, tell me this, because you're the guy, a local guy, local history is. We've talked a lot about doing business in Mexico. Obviously, where you are, it's got a long history. Are you getting the support that you need, from local government and elsewhere, or is it a lot of paperwork?
I'll take the first shot at that. We did have a meeting when I was in Guanajuato last, Matthew, which is about 2 months ago. I'll be going there just a couple of days after the conference. But we had a meeting with the mayor of Guanajuato and about 12 of his department heads. About a month prior to that, Hernan and I drove to Celaya, which is another city to the south, to meet with the Minister of the Economy.
Yep.
And then why don't you sort of fill in that a little bit, Hernan? Some of the other people who were in contact with it at all levels of government.
Yes, and for example, in the municipality, we have meetings every second week, just to have these kind of synergies between communities, safety, how can we work it out, permitting as well. That truly it has been really, really helpful. Because as we know, it's paperwork and bureaucracy sometimes doesn't help for the nature of the structure. No, but it's going pretty well with the municipality. There's a lot of synergies, and right now, in fact, 2 days ago, we have a conference call with the municipality, the state, and the federal regarding safety and regarding also roads. because at the end, the roads, some of them belongs to municipalities, some of them belongs to the state, some of them belongs to the federal, and we're trying to find this synergy that 1 + 1 is 5. So as much as we can put all of us, we can just work out together with the communities around to make it better for them and better for us.
Fantastic. So, James, it's just in terms of there's a big shiny truck behind you, which I like. I like boys' toys. Why are you at this conference? What are you going to get from it?
Look, as I mentioned earlier, so this is not like the type of conference that we talked about when a month ago at Beaver Creek. That's an investor conference where funds and individual investors and exploration and development companies to show up to get together as investment. This is a mining conference where you get contractors, you get big equipment suppliers, assayers, environmental service providers, people who are in the mining business, people who are in the exploration business too, but really more people in the mining business and suppliers and get together. And we are in the mining business. And so to connect to people within the mining business, also all the bigger companies, representatives from Fresnillo, from Peñoles, Grupo Mexico are here. That's helpful for us to continue to liaise with those folks.
Yes, and for example, in this couple of days, we were talking with one of the major equipment companies to start looking at potential equipment purchase in the future, and just put our CFO together with their CFO and start making that kind of synergies. The other one, just an example, we're talking about as a future project, the ore sorting and the dry stacking. And one of the providers said, guys, just send me this amount of rock and we'll do a test for you. So we're going to start engaging this test late this year, just to do that in the US, so we can start the baseline for the order of magnitude for us to start looking forward 3-4 years from now.
Beautiful.
Further to that, Matthew, just to fill that in just a tiny bit more, there's a total of 10 of our team members that are here, some from Vancouver, most from Guanajuato. And just in terms of team building, in terms of being able to get everybody around the table away from Guanajuato, but at a business table meeting at the hotel. We've done that on 2 occasions, and we'll be doing that again this afternoon. That's really, really helpful in terms of building communication within the company.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad things are going well. Lovely to meet you. You sound very passionate about what you're doing. It's a fantastic little update. I was expecting a quick "I told you so" from James. I told you we'd get into production quickly, which you have.
Don't do that. I don't do that sort of thing. I don't do that because the mining gods would quickly come by and knock your head off. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly. Okay, listen, I'll tell you what, Matthew, apropos to what we were talking about earlier, Hernan, what I'm going to do, I'm going to swing the camera around. And I'm going to go through for a walk through the whole conference so that all of Matthew's viewers can see.
Sounds good. And I have a meeting here with another supplier. So
fantastic.
See ya. Nice meeting you.
Okay. Adios. Hasta pronto. All right. Let me see whether I can do this. We'll get our COVID protocols. We'll get our COVID protocols all down. And Matthew, let me just figure out how to.
Okay.
Okay. How's that looking?
Looking good.
All right. Let me see if I do that. All right. So you like big shiny toys?
I do.
I'm going to take you through try and take you through the big shiny toy aisle, and I think this is just going to be helpful in order to kind of demonstrate the size and scope of the convention. It's as I say, it's a big deal in Mexico. Usually this conference takes place in Acapulco, but it has taken place in other cities, in Veracruz, in Monterrey. Matthew, I'm trying to zoom in on the big shiny toy part, just for you. That's always fun. Whee! Now you see some of the.
Do you know what these are? Do you know what these are?
Well, this is an ore hauler for a narrow vein underground operation.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going to say was that a lot of like that big truck that we just saw, that's just not applicable for our operation. That's much more applicable for a big open pit. That's not going to fit underground at El Cubo. This guy will, though. This one here, an underground drill. Zoom in on that. So this guy's going to go underground as well. Here's a big double jumbo. So another mechanized drilling unit. Oh yeah. Okay. And so, you've got Sandvik, Caterpillar, Komatsu. Oh yeah. Where are we? Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Someone named their company Austin Powder.
Powder. Yeah. It's too funny.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we'll do this. We'll do here. So with Sandvik, which if your viewers don't know, that's a big company. I mean, I don't know if it's quite the size of Caterpillar, but huge supplier to the mining industry. As you know, there's good things and bad things about dealing with big companies. But Sandvik has a quite a good reputation.
There you
I'll
go.
just do that. I think that's probably enough.
That's enough. That's good. And James, seriously, congratulations on getting this thing into production. You're at the point now where you're going to be selling concentrate, which is good news. Maybe next time we have a chat, we can kind of get into a little bit more of a technical conversation about how things are going on the ground with the drilling and the exploration, and we can sort of see where the scale and expansion of the company is going to come from. So I appreciate your time. You didn't have to do this. It's really nice to kind of have a walk around with you. But oh boy, your team, that guy's enthusiastic and capable and passionate, and he knows what he's doing, it feels like.
Well, look, he does. Hernan has worked all over the world. He's worked in Australia. He's worked in Canada. He's worked throughout Latin America, but he's back home in Guanajuato. For him to get the chance to work with his father, who has 40 years of experience in the mining business in Mexico, that sort of family relationship means a lot everywhere in the world, but it really means a lot in Mexico. And I think that's so everybody can see the father and son team. Ramon Davila, who I mentioned earlier, knows Gerardo from 40 years ago. They went to university together at the University of Guanajuato. So all of those relationships are working really well for us.
Beautiful. James, it's been a pleasure as always. We'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you very much, Matthew. Be well. Talk soon.